With Seiko having so many high quality options at affordable prices, as well as good value options, I'm gonna go through a couple of the different tier levels and then give you my favorite models from each one. So let's start in with the entry level, which I think has some of the best value, especially for starter watches, in the entire Seiko line. The entry level line is gonna compose primarily of your Corturas, Essentials, and the famous Seiko 5. Now the Seiko 5 line is a sports watch primarily, but it's gonna also have its own separate individual lines. You've got your SKX line, which is gonna have the GMT models, your Field series, which is gonna be more of a field-based watch, and then your SNXS series, which is gonna have some of your models that are divers, but also have kind of more of a classic look. So digging into this, I think the Seiko 5, the basic model, is a perfect starter watch for a younger kid. You can get these on Amazon for like 150 bucks. You can pick these up at Macy's when they're on sale. All right, so in the Seiko 5, the automatic one of the models that I like is all blacked out. And I'm just gonna give this because I think this looks really unique. It's called the SRPD 79 and it retails for about $360. Do a little bit of searching, you can get it for sub $300. It's all black. It's gonna be hard to read. Now this is more of a really cool piece just to wear, but it's not gonna be something that you're gonna wanna like easily read the time on. But super cool, totally blacked out, really stealth. Another really cool one is their Field SRPG 39. Now I love the way that the colors contrast on this. You kind of got your patinaed lumen there with the blue background, and it's on a leather strap, so it has more of a field feel to it. This one you can get for sub 300, really good value, really good deal. I'm gonna throw in one more, which I don't think I would buy, but I give major props to Seiko for this. And what I'm talking about is the Seiko Pepsi limited edition. Now, why is this so fun? Well, number one, Seiko has found a way to basically steal the nickname that Rolex has been using for their GMT models. We all know Rolex has the nickname of the Batman, the Coke, the Pepsi, right? That's been along for a long time. So what did Seiko go and do? Well, they licensed with Pepsi. They officially have a real Pepsi GMT with the red top and blue bottom. Exactly what we're thinking it is. I give this one major props as well because it comes in a package, which you know I like packaging, that looks like a Pepsi can. It's got it all blacked out. I think that one is super cool and is limited edition. Again, kind of the fun, check the boxes. It retails for about $550. Okay value. Is this gonna become a collector's item? I don't know, but again, I just really love the marketing aspect of this, of what Seiko did and clawing back that Pepsi name and kind of putting their stamp on it. So for the entry levels, you can get at retail, they'll have it listed at about 200. I know you can get them for around 100 bucks, sometimes used for even 80 bucks maybe. And it goes up to about 500 to 550 is the kind of the range for this entry level. That's the Pepsi SSKX047 if you're looking for the reference number. All right, now your Buicks or your tier 2, your step up for the Seiko line, which is kind of their main meat and potatoes, is their Presage and their Prospex line. Back a few years ago, this would have been very affordable, starting at let's say 400 and going to about 1,000. The more you dig into it, they've beefed up everything, pricing has increased. It's actually gotten a little bit out of hand in my opinion, but I'm still gonna give you my favorite pieces. This can go, again, starting from around 400 to pushing above 1,500 bucks, which when you got a Seiko on your wrist at 1,500, there may be better options. Value's there is value, but overall, that just seems very expensive to me for a Seiko. Still, awesome pieces. So in kind of more of your basic, the Seiko Prospex is a diver-based, more of a sport-based model. I love their old school, the turtle. Specific colorway here I'm gonna call out is the SRPJ35. It's got kind of that green and blue. It's got a really cool look. It's about $450 if you find it on teddybaldessar.com. He's got some great deals, so be sure to check him out. You've also got then your other model, which is a legacy model, which is your Samurai. This is a little bit more angular, a little bit more of aggressive look. So I'm gonna bump it up to the third tier, which is I'm gonna say anything above $1,000. Now they used to have this whole classification of Seiko Luxe. I don't see that so much as called out anymore on their site or classified. It's still a lot of these brands that you find, like your Presage and your Prospex, but it's basically like they upped the game in these levels. One of the ones I want to call out is more of a techie watch than anything else, and that is your Seiko Astron solar-powered GPS. Now these babies come in at $2,500, which is, again, expensive, but there's a lot of tech in these watches. These are solar powered, but don't let that fool you. They're also solar powered GPS units. So when you change time zones, your watch changes it for you itself. It also has a mechanism where you can find someone on satellite who is wearing the watch. Also very cool. These have a lot going on. Basically, the SSH line itself is one of the cooler ones. A lot of action happening on the dial. It's got power reading. Like I said, it's got a lot of tech involved to it. They're kind of big and beefy, but they have really, they've been able, as much as they could, they tamed it down so they have a fairly cool dial still. So you've got your steel, your all steel, which I kind of like. You've got your blue, and then you've got your traditional black. So this is the Astron solar powered GPS. Again, quite expensive and more of a tech watch than anything else, in my opinion. Now, staying in the same high tier level of Seiko, I love the Presage Classic series, and especially the SPB 495. This is $1,400. It's got a really cool, simple dress look to it. It's got the sub dial, the bright blue hands on top of a steel dial, which I think looks very, very classic. It's a really solid, nice looking watch. Again, it's not gonna be cheap. You're at $1,400. Try and find these at Macy's, try and find these at Teddy. Shop around for these. These higher end models tend to be able to get sometimes at a better deal than you find on the website, on SeikoUSA.com's website itself. But this watch is very, very cool. Has a really classic look. One of my current favorites is kind of a new release, and again, it's in that top tier of Seiko, and that is the GMT 1968 diver. The colorway that I love the best is the navy blue ceramic bezel with the steel dial. Oh man, it looks super, super cool. The model number is your SPB 519. It's $1,700. It's a lot of money to spend on a GMT Seiko. It's an automatic GMT, but it is so badass. It is so cool looking. This is one that may make me question if I could spend that on a Seiko before jumping to the Grand Seiko. And that again is your 1968 diver. The materials in this are really, really solid. It's got a real great look. That ceramic bezel, of course, the polished ceramic bezel is gonna pop, it's gonna flash. People are gonna ask about this. I love the colorway of the blue bezel with the white dial. We use that quite a bit. I think it's a very cool look. Having this on your wrist, I guarantee will get you a lot of comments, especially from watch nerds as well. So that kind of summarizes the Seiko general line. So if you're gonna start pushing above that and go to the spring drive, I recommend going all the way to the Grand Seiko line. We'll have a video on that whole line in the future because I really admire it. Be sure to subscribe and follow along. But now that you've got your Seiko, you wanna know how to style it? Click this video.